What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Hunterx here, bringing us Project Ozone 3 Kappa mode, no EMC. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. With that being said, let's get into today's episode. Alrighty, guys. So welcome back. Yeah, we're deciding. You know what? I decided. You know what? We're gonna restart Project Ozone 3 Kappa mode, no EMC for the third time. Mm, mm. Something with me in this pack has this thing above me restarting like 20 damn times before we actually get an actual good run or something like that. I don't know. It's very weird. We're gonna go ahead and do new tests because that's my favorite one out of them all. We're gonna go ahead and lock this up, and we're gonna go ahead and start the pack. So one thing that you guys might notice is that the quality's looking crisp, crisp as fuck, and that is solely because yeah, we're using the new computer, and that is that. We're doing 1080p 60 fps, I believe, at 6,000 kilobits with the RTX NVIDIA NVENC, which is just absolutely insane. So we're gonna go ahead and check the checkbox because that's actually how we start this pack. Actually, funny enough, we're gonna go ahead and claim all of our rewards and get all of our things. So we're gonna go ahead and get our saplings and whatnot. But so one of the things that we can do in this pack is shift right click the ground to get pebbles, and those pebbles can then be used to convert into cobblestone, and cobblestone can be used to do many of things. So yeah, so we're gonna want to go ahead and gather a bunch of these pebbles. As soon as I figure out why my thing is not working. Oh. There we go. There it is. Sometimes the macro program likes to be silly. Why isn't it working? Why is my macro program not working the way it's supposed to? Really? It is just not working. If I do this, will that work? There we go. It's being really funny. Does numpad 8 do something in this pack? Controls P. There we go. Finally, I figured it out and why it wasn't working. If I deactivate, it's my key. So if I set it to like press, God. Dude, it's acting really weird. I don't know. It's being stupid. It's not doing what I want it to do. I'm not gonna keep sitting there fiddling with it. Oh, you know what? It just occurred to me. Uh, I wanted to make sure I didn't have any other instances of that being open that was potentially messing with it. Oh, it's still not doing anything. Numpad 8. Why are you being such... Okay. So I got it to somewhat work. There we go. Now, how long is that gonna last? That's my question. All right, we're gonna get a bunch of this stone stuff, because that's what we gotta do. Dude, this is not working. Thank you. My God. Shift K to do all the things, including you know, we're gonna go ahead and do full blocks here. Now we're gonna want to expand this out just a little bit. That way we can actually catch all the saplings and things that we're gonna want. They're gonna drop from this, which is quite beautiful. Honestly, it's not a Hunterx episode if something doesn't go wrong, right? Am I right or am I wrong on that? I feel like I'm totally right on that. Like, there's always something going wrong. Like, no matter what, where I turn, no matter what I do, like that. Wonderful. I totally did not mean to fall off the edge, but hey, it happens. It happens, and we move the fuck on. It's not a Hunter X episode if either A, I'm not dying, 2, some piece of tech doesn't work. So, I mean, I'm kind of used to this at this point, you know what I'm saying? And also, it's not a Hunter X episode if you can't place a block down correctly in the right spot in the first time. You know what I mean? Let me push my keyboard back a little bit, just because you guys can kind of hear the clicks. Oh, that's another thing. Better quest thing needs to come off grave. What's on Z? Mm, reset keys. Open quest to Z. Toggle. All those. That's much better. Is vein miner not grave? Why did it not? Or excavate? I was probably holding the wrong key. That's fine with me. Alright, so one of the things about Kappa mode is that one oak log is equal to one oak plank. So yeah, it's a quite a bit of a journey, if you will. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. There is no way to cheese sticks or anything like that. Believe me. I've thought of it. Alright, so now our main objective is to kind of grow trees and gather some wood and basic materials, right? Go ahead and move our crafting table. Because it's kind of going to prevent us from, you know, doing the tree growth stuff. So, yeah. So Project Ozone 3 Kappa mode, no EMC, is a bit of a challenge. This pack is meant to be played with EMC just because, again, the end game items, like the final star, are near impossible to obtain without EMC. But I mean, near impossible. If it's near impossible, it's possible, right? That's my philosophy, because you should never give up on something. No matter how ridiculous it is, like no matter how ridiculous your dream is, you should never give up on it, because it's your dream, right? I mean, just because some people say it's impossible, it doesn't mean that it is impossible, you know? It might just take a very long time, but it's doable. Anything is doable. And obviously, we do need to keep in mind that Minecraft has its limits, right? That's just also something that we got to keep in mind. That remember that we only have 20 TPS at any given time. And I think it's once you get over, I believe, 50 milliseconds on server response time, your TPS starts to tank. So that's just something that we're gonna have to keep in mind when we're like mid to late game, or late game to end game, is when we start building the massive farms for like coal and stuff like that, and red matter and stuff. We really gotta keep in mind the amount of server tick and stuff. And obviously I'm playing by myself. I never play on servers anyway, just because the way I play Minecraft, I break a lot of things and I cause a lot of lag. So because usually I build massive systems that causes lag, because that's just how I play Minecraft, man. It's just my style of gameplay, right? I like to go beyond more than we'll ever need, type of vibe. I've tried the series on this channel before, and it didn't really it did okay for the first couple of episodes, but it just wasn't really taking it taking off the way I thought it would take off. This is honestly a pack meant for live streamers, right? I mean, if you're doing EMC, it can be for YouTube. Um, and it's also a pack that you got to dedicate a lot of time into. I believe there's like 1,000+ quests in this pack. It's stupidly large. There's lots of quests to do and stuff like that and get done. And so yeah, we're gonna be having a lot of fun. Ooh, this is a pretty big tree. All right, well while it's doing that, I'm gonna do my my pebbles thing, right? Because again, this is how we're gonna get early game stuff. How to get infinite food. We're gonna show you. I think I'm gonna show you guys that either this episode or maybe next episode. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we get done in this episode. We shall see what we get done. I need these pebbles or these because I do want to end up doing a little bit more of expansion. Out this way. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then in the center of that, we will put a piece of dirt. That's actually going to be three on each side. Okay. So this is actually how you get infinite food. By the way. You'll see what I'm about to do in a minute. Always infinite food for the early game. Right. And then what we'll do is, first of all, can I make a stone crook? Okay, that's not a thing. Damn. That's a lot of string. That is a lot of string. Take one sapling plus 3 apples. Mix an apple sapling. Then you grow that bad boy. And then you can twerk for apples. And it's basically infinite food, right? Because then what you can do is take these apples, these newly found apples, and make yourself a furnace, like so. And then you take some of your wood, and you cook up said apples. And then those apples will turn into infinite food. Just because I know I'm going to need a lot of these. By the way, what I'm doing right now is how you get string in the pack. We're out of food. take these cooked apples and we eat them up. We chomp on them. We really need the rest of that. It's fine. We're also gonna need, I'm probably gonna say we're probably gonna want a couple of chests. Maybe even drawers. To store some of our good old friends. Some of our good old woods. You know what I'm saying? Use the chest to make barrels or drawers. Just to store some of your basic stuff that you can have a lot of. Like cobblestone, string, saplings. And for some of the miscellaneous stuff, right? You can go ahead and have some chests. Just for like a lot of the miscellaneous things that we're gonna have. Kind of just lying around. Right? So we have a couple of options. Now, one of my favorite options to do right away is make water, right? And the way that we make water is actually fairly simple. We need a oak crucible. Or I think it's called a wooden crucible in this. Yeah, wooden crucible. Which is actually fairly cheap to make. It's stupid cheap. Usually you want 2 of them. But in my case, we'll just make 1. We'll take a couple saplings. Dump it in here. And then our next item that we're going to want, for sure, is going to be one of these bad boys. A wooden barrel. A wooden barrel will then get us access to water. Which then we could go ahead and take some of our cobblestone and turn that into a hammer, and then take our cobblestone and convert that into gravel, sand, and dust. That dust will then turn into clay, and that clay will get broken down into clay balls, which then get broken down into clay, an unfired bucket that will then go ahead and cook inside of the furnace once that's done. And then once that's done, we'll go ahead and cook up some wood or some charcoal, so that way we can make torches. That way we don't have baddies spawning on our on our little base here, right? Now these are some of the bare essentials that we're gonna need to get started. Are these some of the bare essentials that I like to start with? Right. Now I always make my platform even. That way the light distribution is perfect. And we're also going to need these torches later on for some other stuff as well that we're going to need. Like making lava and such. Until we can get our hands on heat sand and or blaze stuff. But yeah, I think this is a pretty good place. Well, let's do a couple more things. If you guys don't know, if you put saplings in an oak barrel, you get dirt. So what I think I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna be smart. Come off the edge here. And make a spot for infinite lava. Or infinite water. Sorry, my bad. I can have just enough. And then if I do a little bit of that and take some of this, dump that there, and dump this here. We should not have infinite water. That will allow me to make infinite clay for when I need it. Where did that barrel go? And that should allow me to make infinite clay. Real easy. Just by doing that. And that will allow me to do clay. Water to clay. Beautiful. That's one of the first things that I like to do, actually, in any skyblock pack. Is get myself infinite water and clay. Alright, guys. Unfortunately, it is time to wrap up today's episode. As always, guys, if you guys did enjoy today's episode, please do me a huge favor and smash that like button. Smash that subscribe button, ding dong that notification bell. Follow me on all my social medias. Those will be linked down in the description down below. As always, guys, I'm super excited to bring this series back. As always, guys, I'm gonna love ya. I'm gonna leave ya. Till next time.